how to add and subtract radicals, which is actually pretty simple if you remember how to combine like terms. So like radicals are radicals that have the same radicand, which is the thing inside, and the same index. And to add and subtract radicals, first you'll simplify each radical. Combine like radicals, adding or subtracting the rational factors, which is the number in front of the radical. So for example, if I have 4 square roots of 3 plus 2 square roots of 3, then I have 6 square roots of 3. So I'm adding the 4 and the 2 that's in front of the square roots of 3's. So 4 plus 2 is 6. So I have 6 square roots of 3. Now to simplify the square root of 45 plus the square root of 18 minus the square root of 5, the first thing I have to do is I have to simplify those radicals. So for example, the square root of 45 is actually 3 times 3 times 5. So the 3 comes out, giving me 3 square roots of 5. And then the square root of 18 is actually 3 times 3 times 2. So the 3 comes out, leaving me 3 square roots of 2. And then the square root of 5 doesn't simplify, so it's just the square root of 5. Now that I have simplified all that, now I can combine like terms, or combine like radicals. The only thing that are going to combine are the square root of 5. So I have 3 square root of 5 minus the square root of 5, which means that I have 2 square roots of 5, and then I still have this plus 3 square roots of 2. Now, this is as simplified as it gets. There's no more that we can do from here. So in general, just remember this. If you have the square root of x plus the square root of y, or the square root of the 2 square roots of anything that are different, you cannot add them together. They are not equal to each other. Here's another example. We have negative 8, 3 square roots of 5, plus 9, 3 roots of 40, minus 2, 3 roots of 135. So the first thing we want to do is simplify. 3 roots of 5 does not simplify. However, 40 does simplify. We end up with 18. We can pull out a 2. So we end up with 18 3 roots of 5. And then 135 also simplifies. We can pull out a 3. So we end up with minus 6 3 roots of 5. And so notice that all of these are roots of 5. So that means all of these can be combined. So negative 8 plus 18 minus 6 gives us 4. So we have 4 cube roots of 5. All right, so for this one, we're going to simplify first. So the square root of 50x, so a 5 can come out of there, and then the 8x cubed, and x can come out, and then also a 2 can come out. And then we'll simplify from here. So 2x times 5 is 10x, and 5 times 2x is 10x. So now we have 10x square root of 2x minus 10x square root of 2x, which you'll notice that this is something minus the same thing, which means that we get 0. All right, so for this example, we're going to simplify first. So the square root of 2x squared, the x can come out, and the square root of 75x to the 4th, a 5 can come out, but also 2 x's can come out. So we end up with 5x squared on the outside, the square root of 3. And then nothing can simplify for this term, so we have minus 2x squared square root of 3. And then for this term, the x square root of 18, a 3 can come out, so we end up with minus 3x square roots of 2. And then you'll notice that we do have some like terms here. Both of these terms have a square root of 2 and an x. So x square root of 2 minus 3x square root of 2 gives us negative 2x square root of 2. And then we can combine these terms. So we have 5x squared square root of 3 minus 2x squared square root of 3 gives us 3x squared square root of 3. And then these two terms can't be combined, number 1, because this is an x and this is an x squared. And number 2, because this is a square root of 2 and this is a square root of 3. So there's 2 reasons why you can't combine those 2 terms, and everything is simplified, which means that this is our final answer.